and he comes up on the stage. This is in the movie Da Vinci Code, and he comes up on the stage, and he's got a screen and a slide projector, and on the screen, being projected on the screen, is the symbol on the back of the dollar bill with the pyramid, and he walks in front of the projection, so some of it is being projected on him, and he's now pointing to the pyramid, the all-seeing eye, etc., and talking about the Illuminati and secret societies on the dollar bill, etc. That came directly out of my basic slide presentation, period. Period. It came directly out of my video, and nobody ever called me to send me a check. Da Vinci Code. Of course, the whole idea of Da Vinci Code was a ripoff of Agent Lee and Lincoln. The entire movie, Da Vinci Code, was a absolute ripoff of the British writers Agent Lee and Lincoln and their book that appeared about 15 years before the movie called Holy Blood, Holy Grail. And so the producers of Da Vinci Code ripped off Agent Lee and Lincoln's book, Holy Blood, Holy Grail, and made it into a movie, and and act like they came up with something new. And there was a lawsuit in England because of that. So I'm not the only one that's been ripped off and lied to and cheated and left for dead. There's a lot of...
Well, it's just you've made such a contribution to fighting the New World Order, Jordan, that I don't normally even air laundry on the show, but it's important that you be recognized for the work you've done, and so people appreciate the work you've done. Now I want to shift gears for the rest of this hour into the biggest secrets, the biggest issues. You know, what makes them tick? Big, broad, basic info, and we can go back into more detail.
Then let me say, then if you're up for that, just remember that when you ask for something, make sure you're ready for it, because make sure what you ask for you're ready for, because it might be something that you weren't expecting.
Well, I don't entirely. I understand your information. I've read it, looked at it, I covered it, and I understand it all has a basis in fact, and you believe your interpretation is correct, but the nuances, sometimes I watch one thing you do, it's different, and another it's a little different, but I'm not saying you change your views, I'm saying it's nuanced. So we're not, this show, you can talk about anything you want. Only person that controls what's on this show is Alex Jones and the guest he has on, and all my guests can talk about whatever they want. The callers can talk about whatever they want. We don't screen calls, nothing. Anybody that says otherwise is a liar. Stay there. Quick break, Jordan. And we'll come back. You got a couple-minute break you can take, and we'll be right back. All right, we're going to skip the next break. If you're an Infowars.com internet stream listener or PrisonPlanet.tv subscriber, everybody else will continue after the next break with Jordan Maxwell. We're going to go 20 minutes at least into overdrive to take phone calls for Jordan Maxwell. I'll give you that number at the end of the show. Okay, Jordan, should we start at the end with the globalist master plan, the New World Order, what they want to build on Earth? Sometimes that's the best way to start, or should we start at the beginning?
Well, I'll tell you what, start at the beginning, and let me say this. I don't really want to get into the political part of this because we don't have a whole lot of time left. And besides, everyone who needs to know already knows how bad off we are. So I'd like to talk about some subjects that maybe we don't know.
Okay, but I do want to get your take on what their final master plan is. I mean, I know what your view is, but also I want to get your latest take, your latest analysis on what their end game is. But sure, go ahead and start at the beginning.
Okay, well, then everybody should get a piece of paper and a pencil and write down a couple of words I'm going to give you, because I believe these are key words to open up a can of worms that you will not believe. It's going to open up a whole world of research to you that you've never known existed. The first word is Hanseatic League. Spell Hanseatic, Hanseatic League. It's on my website. If you go to my website and go to the research department, it goes to the research, you will see a box saying words to research. Go on the words to research and check down into the H's, and you'll see Hanseatic League. The Hanseatic League is extremely important to the Illuminati story today. And connected to the Hanseatic League, which most people don't even know exists, is something called, and write it down, Teutonic Zionism. It is not Semitic Jewish Zionism. No. The word is Teutonic. Teutonic.
The Teutonic Knights are the German branch of the Knights Templars.
That's right. That's the name of the tune, the Teutonic Zionism. It's a whole secret order that has been in operation for 1,000 years. It is the whole story behind America, England, and the things which are going on the earth today. And if you don't understand Hanseatic League and Teutonic Zionism, you're never going to figure out the name of the tune and how this thing is being played. And I've been looking at this for 48 years, and I'm telling you that unless and until you have the whole story, you're not going to get to the bottom of anything. Because like I said in the beginning, the first hour, your decisions in life are only as good as your information, and the really extraordinary information has never been allowed to be given to the people. So I'm just getting you started into a truly arcane, occult research.
Well, on the Teutonic Knights that really grew into the Templars and vice versa.
That's right.
After they knocked out the Templars, there was still the Teutonic Knights. I only know about the Teutonic Knights because I read Mein Kampf, I read other books about the Nazis, and Hitler thought that he was creating the recreated Teutonic Knights. We know the British follow that.
That's right.
And again, this goes back to them believing they're the seed of Jesus, they're the God race.
Now you're getting it. That's exactly right.
And so that's why people can't get why the political Zionists who were supposedly Jewish were funding Hitler, why Hitler allowed Jews to leave to Israel but nowhere else, why at the highest levels you'll have Zionists right next to top Nazis at Bilderberg. And it's right. I've said when you kick in that final door, it's a room full of Nazis and Kabbalists.
That's right. That's exactly what I'm saying, and that's why I'm saying you better go back.
And that's what Steven Spielberg is telling us in Raiders of the Lost Ark.
He's trying to tell you something. Twice, the Nazis. 3 times. The last one, the Nazis are in it. And the first 2 times, the Nazis are looking for the lost Ark of the Covenant. Why would the Nazis care a damn about a Jewish symbol of the covenant, or the covenant of the lost Ark of the Covenant? Why would Nazis care about the lost Ark of the Covenant, a Jewish symbol? Why would they care about the Christian symbol of the Holy Grail? The second one, the Last Crusade. Why is he putting so much emphasis on the Knights Templars, the Masonic Knights Orders of the Teutonic Knights? They're trying to tell you something. And so I'm saying I've been looking at this for a long time, and I'll tell you what the story is. Hanseatic League, Teutonic Zionism. It has nothing to do with Jewish Zionism out of the Bible, period. Nothing Jewish about it. It has to do with a very ancient, prehistoric, ancient concept of a totalitarian dictatorship. As a matter of fact, if you go to any good law dictionary and look up the word fas, F-A-S, fas. Fas is a Latin word which means God's law. You look up in a law dictionary and you will look up the word J-U-S, just. Just in Latin means man's law, from which we get the idea that man's law is justice. No, it's a Latin word, J-U-S, meaning man's law. But God's law is F-A-S, giving us our word fascism. Fascism is symbolized by the axe. The axe has always represented God and the ancient world. Every ancient civilization ever existed on the earth always used an axe to represent the power of God in the hands of the king. A fash is simply a hatchet head with a group of sticks tied together, which is, of course, in the United States Senate today, you'll see, and in the Washington, D.C., you'll see where the president stands at the podium on both sides of the fascism. because FAS in Latin means God's law.
And that's what's so incredible, that they have the symbols of what we think of as Nazism, the hatchet sticking out of the bound sticks, or showing the federal imperium ruling over the slaves, and then you look at them setting up fascism here in the United States.
Yes. And the people love it. The people have no idea in the world what's going on. They don't read. They don't go to the etymology of words and terms and symbols. And so the people who are running this world can do stuff right in front of you. You know as well as I do. When we were kids, Alex, and the kids are doing it today. The more we change, the more we stay the same. When we were kids, we can talk on the phone right in front of our parents and talk about stuff that the parents would fall over if they knew that we were talking about, but we were using our own lingo. We were using our own terms and code words among the kids so that they could talk about anything right in front of their parents. And
that's what the globalists do. They have their own language, just like the illegal aliens that the globalists are using to break down our sovereignty.